Okay, first off, Ken says, explain to me a day in the life of a power options trader. I thought we reviewed this a couple weeks ago, Ken, but here's a day in the life of a power options trader. This is me, all right? I log into power options. You know, I've already been in power options, Ken. I've checked the emails, checked the phone calls, done everything like that. Here we are, 9:20, 9:25, 9:26. I'm logged in. I'm adjusting some things in the videos. I'm doing other stuff. Regardless, to me, whatever time that you have, whatever time the person comes in, Ken, you log in, let's say at 9:28 in the morning. All right. I'm just going to see where things are. I've probably already looked at some other news articles. I've already seen what the market's doing. And take a look at the Market Sentiment Tool. I don't care if it's a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. What are we seeing here? Well, we're at neutral, been at neutral for a while. Last sentiment rating was the bearish sell. I'm sorry, the light buy. My apologies. A light buy that we went through there. And that was 5 days ago, 10 days ago. I'm sorry, 10 days ago or so. The bullish buy, light buy, when we were down at 63.43. We saw the light buys start popping up, and then we saw the bullish buys, and we've been moving up relatively since then as well. So kind of the Market Sentiment Tool, once again, hit that bullish buy on 330, and that was essentially the recent bottom that we've seen. Now, that can change any time with unexpected events. But I'm on my home tab here, Ken, when I logged in. As I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, which I'm not sure if recorded because the new setup that's here, I've got my watch list, but I've got the Market Sentiment Tool, unusual option volume, industry gainers and losers. These usually update a little bit later after the market opens, but real time, my watch list. Where are my stocks moving? These are the stocks that I have right now in my married put portfolio. CNX, I apologize, is not in there yet. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. It was a fake out on the MACD, but I'm seeing a new signal now. So next week, I'm going to open that married put on CNX. My watch list, list 3, what is the general market as a whole doing? NASDAQ, Russell 2000, SPX. I'm getting the story of what the market's doing right here. That unusual option volumes, earning announced today. What are my expectations? And positions I might have that I'm looking for, the Mag 7 stocks, things that are in the news, volatility, VIX, and so forth. You know, I might have here in my watch list. I'm seeing what's going on. And there's Mag 7s again. Okay, so normally what I have personally on my personal account, this is the webinar account. But list 2 is still what I have in my married put account. List 1 is more broad with some of the big names, the Mag 7s, in addition to some of the indexes and ETFs. I see the basic view here of how they're moving. I got some other ETFs here. List 3 is essentially the 3 or 4 bull put credit spreads that I have open at any time. List 4 is my calendar call spreads that I have open. And list 5 might be other things that are in my mind on my watch list as well. Log in, see what the market's doing. Now I'm seeing what the market's doing. I've seen some shocks in my position. Ooh, Planet Fitness, not good. What's the next thing I'm going to do, Ken? I'm going to go right to my portfolio at this point. I'm going to go to portfolios. Sorry about that. A little glitch there. Go to my portfolios. Oh, there's the VIX calls. That's up 119% here. You've heard us talk about using the VIX calls as the market hedge. Is this the one I want? It doesn't matter. Yeah. So, you know, Alamos Gold is closed out and this call expired. I'm sorry, Ken. I haven't updated this because we were off last week. I just want to expire leg. Sorry about that, folks. Position actions. Okay, let's do that again, shall we? Okay, so yeah, I want to expire this leg and I close Alamos Gold. That's fine. You know, up 15.6% on the married put portfolio. That's fine. Now, what did I say? Planet Fitness has dropped. It dropped again today. It's at 98.35. I'm holding the May 105 put on this position. What would I do next? I want to go to position actions and position analysis. Now, as you know, the position analysis gives me a breakdown. You saw that my alert was triggered as well. I should have mentioned that. So going back here on Planet Fitness, my alert is triggered because the stock is below $92. It's trading at $70.40. My price was $98.35. It's trading at $70.40. Why am I still holding this, Ken? It's because I'm waiting to see a change where the stock starts to show me a bottom. I have out till May. It's only 35 days away, but I have out till May in this position. But there are things I can do now. I have a low risk, even though the stock is down 70-40, it's down 28 points. It's about 28% from where I bought in at that 98 price range, but I am only losing 7.8% or $8.88. I may just close this too, Ken. That's a possibility. But that's what I'm going to look at here. What are my rollout opportunities? Following the rules in the blueprint. I can roll the put out further in time. I can roll it to a lower strike price, essentially averaging down my position based on where the stock is. I can see what my new at risk would be, and I'm going to run my comparisons of if I want to continue this trade, but right now I think Planet has hit a bottom. I want to continue the trade to take advantage of an upswing. Instead of buying more shares of stock, I've got my put in place. It's gained, up to $34.35 from my original purchase price of $12. So I've hedged a lot of this loss on this stock, this $28 loss on the stock because of the Mary put structure, still with time on my side and ability to do that. So logged in, checked my positions, checked my watch list, see how the market's doing, go into my portfolio. I would have seen which alerts have been triggered across my different portfolios as well. Radioactive, some there, and some other ones, bull put credit spreads, for example, that are active but have not been triggered. Okay, but I follow which ones hit my alerts, Ken, that I hit. Logged in, saw the market movement. See some movement here. This one I know I got to address, but I already would have gotten alert warning. But I'm going to go into the portfolio. I'm going to see which ones I know right away are a problem, or I quickly just go to the alerts and see which ones are triggered. And then from the alerts page, go see what actions I need to take. Planet Fitness here. Again, it's triggered. Stock limit. What are my ones? And take a look at what I need to do for the rollouts and the position analysis. Do that with my bull put credit spreads, 12 to 15% of my portfolio. Calendar call spreads as well. And, if I have long strangles open or long straddles open for earnings, naturally I'm checking those right away. I've seen where they've come from. Can I see what those movements have been? I'm going to do those as well. Usually I have, 50% of my portfolio married puts / long collars, 12 to 15% bull put credit spreads, 10 to 12% in calendar call spreads. I'll have one or two, maybe straddles or strangles open for earnings. I may have positions I need to adjust with other hedges, i.e. VIX calls, or some of the other positions we've talked about. If we're in a bearish sell warning, we just recently hit a bearish sell warning, instead of bull put credit spreads, those 2 or 3 positions with that 12% of my portfolio, 15% will be in bull call debit spreads. I'm using the portfolio for all of that. I'm tracking all those different strategies and different positions, buy calls, in the money debit spreads, poor man's covered calls, i.e. calendar call spreads, bull put credit spreads. That's what I'm looking at. My actual portfolio is a little bit more clean than this because we do all the webinar stuff through here. Now, I've closed or adjusted some trades. Now, I'm not saying I do this every day because my bull puts are 2 weeks out in time. If we're in a good neutral to bullish market, Ken, bull puts are 2 to 3 weeks out in time. I had any warnings. I made any adjustments based on that. With my married puts, I made any adjustments based on that. My calendar call spreads, I made any adjustments based on that. Maybe I closed a couple positions. Why would I close a bull put credit spread? Why would I close a calendar call spread if it's been moving against me? Because the market's going the wrong way. Not worried about my married puts, Ken. They're fine and protected, and that's longer term. I can manipulate that put option in multiple ways. But let's say I close some of them. Why did I close the bull puts? Because the market suddenly turned down as it did a few weeks ago. What am I likely to do next? I'm going to go into bear call credits. Now that looks like we're in a bearish market for a 1 or 2 week period. More likely, Ken, personally, I'm going to go do bear put credit spreads. But I'm going to take that monetary amount that I just freed up in the bull puts. The market's changing. I'm going to see what bear call credit spreads are available. What's bearish right now? Oh, that's the VIX bear calls. Let's take that out. Let's do weekly bear call credits. Apologies, Ken. All right, so 1 week out, we've got things that are declining. Sorry, folks. Cloudflare, Coinbase, AppLovin, Snowflake. A lot of techs are in here too. Well, Coinbase is different a little bit than techs. MicroStrategy, again, is in there. So these are the positions we're seeing in some bearish turns. What I like to do is if I had to close out a couple of my bull put credit spreads, take some smaller profits than I expected or close some for a loss, Ken, I have other discussions that we've talked about this. I'm likely going into a 40-day to 50-day out bear put debit spread, not a 1 week out or 2 week out bear call. That just hasn't worked out for me as well. But when I start to see the sell warnings, I'm moving out of bull puts into that. I might add protection. Just that's the daily life. Okay. That's how I'm using the tools. I've seen what's happening in the market. And if I want to take an extra 3, 4, or 5% of my portfolio, Ken, and move into, hey, you know what? Lottery ticket. Let's take 1% of my portfolio. I'm seeing some unusual option volume here. Let me take a look at CBC, DCBO, DBD. I don't even know what that stock is. Central bank company, right? I don't know what these positions are, or these stocks are, but I'm going to do a little research. Why is there unusual option volume? How big is it? Ooh, solar. Solar's jumping today. Maybe take a flyer. Maybe buy a call on a solar ETF or something that's, something small.